Today, I want to share something very important with you. It's called the chunking method. Chunking is an easy but powerful way to learn English. If you want to speak English fluently and naturally, and if you want to think in English, chunking can really help you. In this lesson, I will explain what chunking is and how you can use it in your daily practice. I will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand step by step. But before we go further, let me share a quick story about one of my students. His name is Jake. Jake recently started working in a coffee shop. One day, a customer came in and asked, "Hi, could you recommend something sweet?" Jake wanted to answer, but he tried to build the sentence word by word. "I recommend. You maybe..." He got nervous and froze. That evening, Jake told me about his problem. I said, "Jake, you need to start using chunks." He learned a few simple chunks like, "Let me think. How about this one? It's really popular." He practiced these phrases again and again, while walking, while making coffee, even before going to bed. The next day, the same customer came back and asked the same question. "Hi, could you recommend something sweet?" "Sure, let me think. How about this one? It's really popular." "Sounds great. I'll take it." "Awesome. Here you go. Have a great day." The conversation was smooth and natural. No translation, no stress. That's the power of chunking. Ready-made phrases that help you speak confidently. So now that you know how useful chunking can be, let's begin. When you speak English, you don't need to make every sentence word by word. That is slow, hard, and takes too much time. When you do that, you may feel nervous and forget words. There is a better way. You can use chunks. But what are chunks? Chunks are groups of words. They are small phrases that people often use together. We don't change them. We don't make them from zero. We just use them as they are. Think of chunks like Lego blocks. Each chunk is one block. When you speak, you join these blocks together. For example, how's it going? I don't think so. Let me think. Long time no see. Have a nice day. No worries. These are all chunks. You don't stop to think about grammar. You don't say how is it going slowly. You say, how's it going? In one smooth phrase. That is why chunks are powerful. When you learn a chunk, you learn a complete idea, not just single words. It makes you sound natural and confident. When you try to speak English, word by word, your brain works too hard. You think about every word, the grammar, and the sentence structure. That takes time. You pause, you get nervous, and you lose confidence. Now imagine this. You use a whole phrase without thinking. You say it naturally and correctly. That is what chunking gives you. Native speakers talk in chunks. They don't build every sentence from zero. They use ready-made phrases. When you do the same, you speak faster, sound natural, and feel confident. Your brain will do less thinking and more communicating. When you listen to English, you will hear the same phrases many times. For example, I'm not sure. Let me check. It's up to you. These are chunks. You don't need to memorize them like vocabulary lists. If you hear them again and again, they become natural for you. The more you use them, the more fluent you become. Chunking is not just a method. It is a way of thinking in English. It helps you stop translating and start speaking freely. Here are some very useful chunks. I'm on my way. This means I am coming. Let's keep in touch. This means let's stay connected. That's not the point. This means that is not the important part. That makes sense. This means that is logical or easy to understand. Do you see? Each phrase gives a clear message. You don't need to think about grammar. You just say the phrase. Today you learned about chunking, why it helps, and how to use it. Remember, English becomes easier when you speak in chunks, not word by word. Just a few chunks every day can make a big difference. So keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Thank you for learning with me. Bye for now.